hunger is gone, and you feel that you have enough energy taken from the food that you have in front of you. If you've got like a plate of rice, you've eaten enough for your now to think, you know what, right? And I think I've got enough now to keep it going for the rest of what it is. That is what is meant to comfortable. If a person was to stick to that, then like you have said, they won't eat to their fill. They won't eat to
bloated and unwell
until you feel bloated. And I think I remember seeing somewhere that a person only really needs to eat as much as what it's this size of that. The stomach, the size, the organ itself isn't that big. If you're going to eat, according to what the Messenger said, really, he actually even said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what is enough for the sulb of Banu Adam, the back of Banu Adam, upright, meaning enough for him to have enough energy. Just if he feels like he needs to have more, then don't eat. Quite often, a person will think, a third is my limit, I'm just going to jump straight to that. That's what he says.
So is there, when you sit down on the floor, that kind of encourages you not to, or it makes you feel more full sooner, doesn't it?
And that's what one of the ulama mentioned, that on the etiquettes from the hikmah. So that's what we're saying here, is that the hikmah of sitting down is that the person eats like a slave. Not only in the etiquette, but also now in the quantity. From the don'ts is that a person should control their diet and not to eat regularly, and not to eat those things which are harmful to themselves. Now, in this, there are two things: regularly and harmful. The first thing, what we mean by regularly, is that the Salaf, they have said that a person should only eat once the previous meal has been digested. Now, we don't have that. We don't have that. We've got times 8 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 6 o'clock, wherever it might be, right?
I have
I mean, if you've got a reason, and if it makes it easier,
that, but
if it makes it easier for people to, gather, if it makes it easier for the person that's cooking, and I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is you yourself, you know what you need, right? But if you've eaten at 8 o'clock and by 1 o'clock, I'm actually not that hungry. Our religion actually tells us then really it's makruh now for you to eat. You shouldn't really be eating until you have an actual need for you to eat, because of the first principle, which is you only eat to remove hunger and instill in yourself energy. So that's the first thing, not to eat and not to eat regularly. The second thing is that the Sharia has a very well-known principle. The Messenger of Allah said in an all-inclusive hadith, "La darar wa la dirar." There can't be any harm and there can't be any reciprocal harm, meaning there can't be anything which is harmful and you cannot be causing any harm. Therefore, the ulama have said, if you've got food, like we have said in the beginning, everything in its origin is halal. So, I mean, I've actually had this discussion with a person where they have actually said sugar should be haram. Things like Coke should be haram for everyone. Things like fried food and fatty food should be haram for everyone. We all say, no, listen, that is wrong. And the reason why that is wrong is that in its asl, everything is halal. And you need evidence to say that it is haram, right? So we will say, if a person wants to have a glass of Coke, halal. The contents in it is not very good, right? But there is nothing to say that you can't digest that or eat that or drink that or whatever.
But
right?
it's when you drink that in excess.
But the issue here is that this word here of regular. If there is something that you're going to have too much of, it's going to cause problems, then the principle in that is that now it comes to a point where, okay, look, Pepsi, Coke, fried food, chip, whatever, it's halal. But if you're going to have that every single day and have too much of it, this has become haram because of the abuse, the quantity that you put towards it. Not because haram, yeah, not because it's haram in and of itself. So here, controlling diet is very important. Not to eat not to eat regularly. You only need to eat, and there can't be any harm involved in the things you do. Also, from the things that a person should avoid is that the person should not eat whilst the food is hot. There's a hadith, Hassan, you will have said that in Sahih, that the Messenger of Allah said that the barakah is when the steam has left food. Baraka is when the steam has left food. Now, what that basically means is that what we're talking about, hot and steam, is subjective to a person. A person could eat food, wants to eat it when it is hot. Me, myself, I can't drink cold coffee, hate cold coffee. I need it when it is hot. The steam has to be there, otherwise there's no point, right? So for me, I can tolerate it. Now, what this basically means is that eat when the food is not, or eat when food is not hot, meaning if a person is going to eat and he's going to be harmed by it and it's burning his tongue, etc., then a person should not do that. And they should wait for it to cool down. Also now, something that people do, especially this